Aquarius, hi, welcome to your May reading. This is for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any strong placement in your birth chart for the sign of Aquarius. Crosswatchers, you are welcome here. If you are interested in an Aquarius, please try to remember that this is for the collective. So they are general readings, so please check your other placements and other Aquarius readings on this channel. Take what resonates for you there, leave the rest for someone else who may need those specific messages, okay? Energies can be interchangeable, meaning vice versa, so please use your discretion to put those energies where they best fit in your specific situation, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a high vibrational comment. I love to hear from you, and it helps my channel out greatly, and I appreciate all the love and support this far. I just got an email from YouTube. I think it was the 28th of April, and I hit my 2nd year anniversary. So again, I appreciate the love and support this far, and now we got to just keep it going. All right, y'all. Aquarius, let's get into this for you and see what is going on for the month of May 2025. All right, for Aquarius, please. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, there's one more. Okay. Oh, 2. You got a bonus one. This one is going to be the bonus one, and that is Seen Beyond, okay? At the bottom of the deck is Tender Embrace here. So, yeah. All right. So, we have Wishing Upon a Star, or Wish Upon a Star, however you want to voice it. Smoke and Mirrors. Aquarius, some of you are all about that smoke and mirror business. Ears wide open, so you need to really start listening to some things that are being said to you here. Body and Soul. Shining Through. The Oracle's Gift. And Seeing Beyond, with that gift that is coming through with whatever oracle that it is that you have in your life here. All right. There's a lot of healing with that Body and Soul card coming in too. Healing the body, healing damage that you've done to your soul, okay? Willing or unwillingly, it needs to happen. You are wishing big for something right now, okay, in the month of May. Whether it's something for you, something for someone else, for something to come together more easily or readily than it has. Let's see what the Cosmic Insight has to say for the month of May for you. And you need to listen to understand, not listen to react, Aquarius. Okay, spy. Someone's got their eye on you. They are doing their research, okay? So someone is watching you, really watching the things that you're doing, really digging deep into what it is that you say you're doing and what you're not doing kind of thing. Vacation. You will be traveling soon. That one did not flip its face, so we're just going to leave her there. Okay. Guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Date Night. Get ready to be wined and dined. Some of you got some good stuff coming in. Now, this is in no way, shape, or form strictly on your relationship aspect of things, but we always do pull some romance angels to kind of see what's going on with your current. All right, one more for Aquarius. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Anything else? New love. Okay. So a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Well, Aquarius, for those of you who just did a love reading with me who are already in a connection, I think that if you're trying to bring someone else in, I think you might want to clarify that with your person first to see if that's okay. All right. Let's get some tea. All right. For Aquarius, for May. Okay, Ace of Wands in reverse, fire energy, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. The Two of Swords, okay, Libra energy, the Page of Wands, the Five of Wands, Leo energy, the Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy. A lot of fire for you here, Aquarius. And the Page of Pentacles here. Ooh, Aquarius, you have yourself in a very immature position right here, okay? It's almost like you've devolved here, okay? There are delays here, lack of motivation, lack of energy, lack of passion, desire to move things forward in every aspect. And there is very high levels of boredom here for you because you've kind of been stagnant. There is a difficult decision. You're weighing your options, and it has to do with this current person and this new love that you're trying to kind of cascade in, okay? And you're avoiding it. You're in a deadlock here. You're not able to make a decision because on the one hand, you know what this current situation offers you, but this new thing that you have coming in is tantalizing, okay? You're having some new ideas come in. There are messages that are coming in. There is potential for limitless things that you're trying to do here. If you just take the steps to do it here. But there is competition here. There is conflict here with this Five of Wands. Again, it could be the two people that you're trying to juggle here. There is conflict, there is disagreements, and there is tension beyond belief here with this Five of Wands, okay? And it's heavy. It is burdensome. There's extra responsibilities that you feel have been put on you unjustly. But the fact of the matter is, Aquarius, everybody has burdens that are put on them unjustly or unbeknownst. If you're in a if you're in a connection, and you're in a long-term relationship, some of those things tend to blend together, okay? So trying to complain about what it is that you do and what, you know, what it is that you have to do to uphold your part of whatever is borderline obnoxious, okay? Because we all have to shift things around and do things that we don't really want to do or whatever. This is life, okay? But you are trying to manifest here some financial opportunities for yourself, okay? Developing the skills that you already have. And you want to make this offer to someone. Look, I can do certain things and there's certain things I can't do, but the things that I can do, I'm willing to do them. So you want to make that offer, but you can't even do it because you're so confused and conflicted with what it is that you got going on in your own life. Because you know, at the end of the day, Aquarius, this is going to ricochet, and the only person that it's going to hit is you. So you really need to tread very carefully and be very aware of with who it is that you're dealing with in all corners of your life, whether it's business, relationship, family. You need to be extremely aware of what it is that you're doing. Because Aquarius, I know you guys like to think that you make well thought out plans and all this, that, and the third. 90% of the time, you don't. Okay? So you need to be a little bit more conscientious of what it is that you're doing and being a little bit more mindful. All right, so let's get some clarification. Tell me about this Ace of Wands in reverse, please. The Ten of Pentacles. You are in a most certain long-term connection here. And it might be a little dry right now. There might be things that you need to be dealing with. And there might be a little bit of boredom and stagnant energy. Only you can flip that passion. Only you. You're the one that has the problem, Aquarius. You have to reignite. It is not on them. You are the one who is bored. So if you're the one who is bored in the connection, you have to figure that out. And it's not by going to find somebody else and doing all this, that, and the third. When you have previous commitments here, long-term commitments, children's, family, stability, structure, all of that stuff. Everything can't be passion and drippy drip drip. Okay? Sometimes things get stagnant. It's not on your person. If you're the one that's stagnant and you're the one who's bored and you're the one who's lacking ambition in the quote unquote sexual realm, it is on you to figure that out. It is not your person, because your person ain't struggling with any of this. The Emperor. You're trying to control it. You most certainly are trying to control what's going on, and maybe that's the problem. Okay? You're very grounded in your conviction. You're very grounded in what it is that you think needs to be, and that it needs to be this way or no way, or whatever the case is. And if you don't fall into step by me, nah, baby, who do you think you're talking to? No, it don't work that way. It does not work that way. You want to control some things, and it's not playing out according to the way you want it to. So you go to the weakest link, because guaranteed the person that you're dealing with is just as strong and solid as you are. Okay? So you trying to change up on some old flaky shit. Do you, I guess. Clarify the Two of Swords. There's justice. Libra energy. There's that balance, and fairness is going to be reinstated. Now, I will say this. If you have trespassed on anybody, whether it is romantic, family, friends, whatever, any kind of connection that you have connected to you, if you have done them unjustly, that balance is going to tip in their favor. And the fairness is going to come in the way of it balancing out more on their side than yours. And vice versa. If they were the one who was being unfair to you, it's going to balance out either way. And fairness is going to be reinstated here. Ace of Cups in reverse. There's been a pause put here. Not able to pour into anybody else's cup because you can't pour into your own. Aquarius, that is why we as readers and guiders and seekers and seers and all these things, we always impress upon how important it is. Self-love, self-care, pouring into your own cup before you can pour into somebody else's. Because, baby, there is always an exchange of energy here. Emotional, love, physical, all of it. There is always an exchange. And if there is no exchange, you get depleted. This is you not filling your own cup and self-caring yourself and loving yourself enough. Whether it's loving yourself to make changes that you need to make for yourself so that you can make things better in the situation that you are in, whatever it is. If there is a plethora of reasons, Aquarius. Clarify the Page of Wands. The Four of Wands. There's a higher commitment here. And like I said, you know, there's inspiration here to have this higher commitment here. There is excitement and expectations that are kind of put out here. But there is higher commitment. Some of you could be dealing with a twin flame. But there's reason to celebrate here, whether it's celebrating an engagement, a wedding, whatever the case is, parties, gatherings that are coming. You're going to be getting messages on that. But on a personal note, this is a higher commitment to what it is that you have going on. Okay? And really locking it in or locking it out. One of the two. You have to make a decision. Clarify the Five of Wands. The Ten of Cups. Look, Aquarius, you aren't confused about this connection. You know that this is long-term. This is your happy ever after. This is family, stability, love, unconditional warmth. Everything that you want is right here. Everything that you want is right here, but you want to muck it up because you can't make a decision and you want to bring other people in here. Star, Aquarius energy. You're hopeful. I don't know what exactly it is that you're hopeful for, whether it's you're hopeful for this long-term commitment that you have with somebody, or if you're hopeful for something new to come in. Ten of Wands. But there is that need to heal, Aquarius. There is stuff that you need to heal. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the Lovers, Gemini energy. There is a deep connection that you have here, Aquarius, that you're trying to allow get shaky because you're not on the same page, or one is evolved and the other is very immature here, very young, like, okay? But you can't carry the burdens and responsibilities of relationship? Really? Every relationship is going to have one, whether it's a long-term one or whether it is a freaking the Ten of Wands again. So this is just as equally heavy for your partner. There is something, bottom of the deck is a Six of Cups. You have a deep connection here. Okay. And it is heavy for both of you. So something has to give. But I'm telling you what, right now, you need to make a decision, because if you're going to be playing bullshit and you're going to be doing this and there's a lot of back and forth going on, you may very well end up losing what it is that you think that you know, the best thing that has happened to you for something that is just a fleeting thing. Page of Pentacles, please. The Hangman. Yeah, you're putting a pause. You're putting a pause on these offers. You're putting a pause on everything. The commitment that you have, the long term that you have, you were putting a pause on because you were coming from a childish aspect here. Okay? Because it's a my way or no way and boo hoo hoo kind of situation. There's that Page of Pentacles again. So your need to make this offer is not a big enough need to pause, to keep it paused for you to kind of do some things that you need to be doing. Doing the right things, Aquarius. Some of you have not been doing the right thing. There you are, King of Swords. Cold and detached and manipulative as ever. Okay, especially when you get pushed. If your buttons get pushed, you don't want to hear it. No one else, what they have to say, it don't matter. And whoop de whoop whoop whoop. As an Aquarius, know, okay, how you kind of deal with things or not deal with things. And it's quite petty. It's quite childish. And it's very cold and detached. But at the end of the day, Aquarius, you have a long-term commitment, a happy ever after, one that you're hopeful for, one that you know is meant for you, but you're entertaining shit outside. Okay? I've talked to you about this before. Stop it. Because this connection is a deep connection here. Okay? There is love. There is long-term commitment here. There is soulmate connection here. There is twin flame connection here. There is long-term. There is happy ever after. Come on, Aquarius. All right. Let's get an enchanted map oracle for you to close this out. And these can also be read in the reverse. So, for Aquarius, May 2025, please. Okay, that was quick. Flying. Okay. All right, let's see. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today, you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all of your hard work has paid off, and the things you'd hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. Yeah, like wishing upon a star, allowing yourself to see beyond. Absolutely, all of those things and more for you, Aquarius. But when it comes to this connection that you have a deep commitment to and are attached to extremely profusely and quite deeply, you really shouldn't be focusing on anything other than what is okay. Because when you're dealing with long-term, it gets a little shaky. But if you want it, you gotta fix it. If you want that, then upheave everything, baby, because at the end of the day, the only one who's losing is you. Okay? So be that as it may, I hope this helps somebody. Please like, share, and subscribe. And like always, I will see you in the next.